Hello everybody, Daniel here with another Casual Dude review, and today we are going to be talking a little bit about something that's kind of controversial, and that is NATO straps. Now, I know I get a lot of kind of mixed reactions on past videos when I talk about having my Speedmaster on a NATO strap, but I'm going to explain why I like my NATO straps, and, obviously it's different strokes for different folks, but I'm going to talk about the benefits, and we're going to talk a little bit about how easy it is to put on and change the look of your watch. Now, I chose the Speedmaster for this demonstration today. Obviously, those who have watched my videos, first of all, thank you so much for your followings. But Rolex just, they're not as friendly to use with NATO straps. Rolex doesn't sell NATO straps. They often don't support any services that require taking the bracelet off or anything that isn't a service. And so Omega's really leaned into it and not only offer a bunch of NATO straps, but they sell them directly to the customers through the website. You can get them in boutiques. And I think some of their watches, like the Speedmaster, can benefit greatly from how easy it is to swap out a NATO strap and put it on and do all that. And plus, they're happy to support you in the store if you need to remove the spring bars. You don't want to do it yourself. So we're going to use that as the example for today. I've got a couple of NATO straps out here. We're just going to put one on. These are two different kinds. This one is a nylon, which I like a lot. And then this is like a nylon, but it's got this really thick kind of like leather backing. So it makes it a little bit more rigid, but it's broken in quite nicely. And I like the look of it. But this is the one that goes on my watches most often. And so, number one, the reason I like the NATO straps is because if you've seen my videos, again, you know that I have quite a few watches. I can't wear all of them, and I like to diversify the look a little bit. So I have plenty of watches on stainless. I've got watches on precious metals, two-tones, etc. And so it's nice to have one watch in your collection that you can throw a NATO on and kind of wear it to be more active and not worry about scratching it up or banging it up. They clean really easily. I usually just, if I'm doing something really active, I'll run this underwater and just kind of squeeze it out and then let it dry, and it's ready for use again. So this is the one that I chose. This is obviously influenced by the James Bond style NATO strap. This does not have any of the 007 branding, but this was purchased directly from Omega. And the Omega ones are not cheap. I believe these are about $180 through Omega. You can get NATO straps much cheaper through third parties, but you know what? I've tried a couple of the cheaper ones, and I absolutely love the quality of the Omega ones. I know just like a nylon strap quality, is it worth $180? And to me, yeah, it is. You spend a lot of money for your watch. You want to make sure you get the best accessories for it. And so I support anybody who wants to go third party. You obviously get more color choices, design choices, but this is what I got, and I've been happy with it. So feel free to make your own decisions. Now, there's a couple of ways you can get NATO straps, as I mentioned. You can get them directly from the Omega boutique, or you can get them online. Personally, I've kind of liked the online experience better. I love my boutique. I try to buy from them as much as possible. But if you're going to buy from the store at the boutique, you're going to get a NATO strap in like this paper envelope here. So the strap will be in here, and they'll give it to you, and it's in a little plastic bag. Transaction done. If you buy it online, this would be coming in this box, but this is a nice little pouch. And so this doesn't cost anything extra when you buy through the Omega boutique. This is like a nice, like hard case. It reminds me of something that you would get for like a Nintendo Switch or like a handheld video game console. But what's nice about this is that the strap would come in here, and I use it for accessories. And for, I don't know if the price has changed, but for $10 more, you can even get the spring bar removal tool, which is pretty nice. So I'll put this here for a second. And this is the Omega spring bar removal tool. It's got the Omega logo there. It's kind of in this like black gunmetal. It's really nice. I believe it's aluminum, but it's pretty hefty. And just comes with your spring bar removal right there. I've used this for a long time, so I'm not hesitant at all to use it on my more expensive watches. I've done a lot of bracelet removals and things like that with this. And when I first started, I was pretty good. I don't have any scratches on the back of my watch from that, but you do have to kind of be careful, because even if you do it right, you could scratch the inside of the lugs. So a lot of people will scratch this area here. If you're not removing the spring bar cleanly, the spring bar will rub up inside the lugs, and then you'll scratch it that way. And so what I've also used in the past is this. which is a tweezer tool. These are wonderful. They make things a lot easier. You can just pinch both spring bars at the same time and pull it out straight without really worrying about scratching or anything. All right, let's get this out here. There we go. And so you can get these pretty inexpensively on Amazon. I went ahead and got the Bergeon. This is the 7825 model. I did get this on Amazon. I believe this was $175, but from what I understand, this will last a lot longer. This is what, all the good watchmakers use. The cheaper ones, the tips eventually break. And so I've had zero problems with this. And so it's nice because you would just grab the spring bars and pull it directly out. And so I'm not going to remove spring bars here because I really don't want to run across the room and pick it up. But you would just, squeeze the spring bars here. You could do this through the strap or the bracelet and pull it out in one piece. And honestly, I find the spring bar removal tool from Omega, this one over here, a little bit easier to put the spring bars back in because you can just put one side of the spring bar in and then kind of use this as leverage to just kind of, push the rest of it in and seat it. So sometimes I'll use both to do the same job. The tweezers to remove the spring bar and then the spring bar removal tool to put it back in. But let's go ahead and talk about the watch and show how easy it is to get the NATO on here. So I know it's a little bit of sacrilege to be, covering this beautiful movement with a NATO strap, but what's nice about it, the NATO straps are great. And so obviously, it's kind of, a lot of people are mixing, these watches with NATOs these days because of how comfortable they are. And of course, there is the influence from Sean Connery's Bond. When in the film he had a Submariner with a NATO strap on it, and that's kind of created its own kind of, look and feel. And so a lot of people are also buying the original NATO straps to go on their old Submariners, which I think is a pretty cool look as well. But this is what we're going to be working with today. We'll show you how easy it is to do. So obviously I've already taken the bracelet off here. I've got the spring bars in, and what's really nice about the NATOs is that you can change the look and feel of your watch so easily in just a matter of seconds. And, once you've gone NATO, you don't have to remove spring bars anymore. So like I said, we've already got the spring bars in here. And then all we do is we slide this into the top, slide it out of the bottom, and then we want to adjust it. We want to move it all the way down the watch. And so you can already see an indent of where I used it there, so I'm just going to set it back into there. And then first part is on, and then what we're going to do is we're going to loop this back through here. So that gives you that added protection. And so it adds a little bit of thickness, of course, but it, look how clean that looks. And again, I know this is not for everybody, but I absolutely love it. This watch gets a lot of wrist time, and I am frequently switching out the bracelets. In some of the more recent videos, you might have seen this on a sailing cloth with a folding clasp. You might have seen it on the bracelet, but right now, this is how I'm wearing it. And, it's easy to wear. Just simple buckle clasp allows for flexibility on sizing, so you don't have to worry about micro adjustments, anything like that. Loop it back through here and then through here. And then the most common way to wear this is to just kind of tuck this back in and give that little loop. So there, it's a great look. I absolutely love them. Again, you can get this in red, navy. You can get it in, different blues, greens. They even make like leather ones. And honestly, to be able to change the look of a watch so quick and easy, it's just awesome. So I have a couple of them. I've got the one with the James Bond Seamaster, the No Time to Die edition. I got that one on the mesh bracelet, and I got the NATO separately just so I can change the look of that. But yeah, once the spring bars are in, these go on and off in a matter of seconds, changes the whole look, looks rugged, and it's not going anywhere. I mean, this thing is so secure. And that's another reason I do like the nylons from Omega, is that they're really strong. So as of now, I haven't had to, there's no stretching in the holes or anything like that. It's not going anywhere. And so these are wonderful. I absolutely love them. Would I have my one and only watch on a NATO? Yeah, maybe. I mean, depending on the situation and because of how easy they go on. But like I said, in my collection, I've got so many watches that are, stainless and gold and two-tone and all that, that it's nice to have something like this, especially in the summer. Some people like the stainless in the summer. I sweat a lot in the stainless in the summer, and then it accumulates that junk and all that. These are really easy to clean. They're relatively inexpensive, of course, and they're, make great for warmer weather, warmer climates, and yeah, I'm a big fan of the NATO. So I hope you saw how easy that was to put on and take off. Like I said, I've already seen the divisive comments. Some people love the NATO, some people not so much, but I'd love to know what you think in the comments, since we're doing this specifically on the NATO. This little kind of microfiber insert right here did come with this package. So again, if you're going to, especially from Omega, if you're going to buy an Omega NATO, I do recommend doing it through the website, because you do get this cool package and you get the option for the spring bar. And I use these for accessories. So I've got my different bracelets. I've got, different NATO straps and all that in here. And this is just a cool case. I mean, I'm sure people found other creative uses for it. But you've got a couple of pouches in here. You got that microfiber here, so it doesn't really scratch your watch or anything. And then you have the inserts for the spring bar removal tool. And there's like another one over here somewhere. Sometimes, depending on what kind of bracelet you get, they'll give you extra spring bars as well. Because of the NATO, I didn't need them, so I just used the spring bars I already had. But yeah, I'm loving them. So recommendation, buy through the Omega store. Again, great for changing up the look of your watch on the fly, and I just love it because you don't have to deal with removing links or anything for resizing it. If you swell up in the summer, you just move it to a different notch and you are good to go. So thank you so much for watching this video. Again, I love responding to the comments and reading what you all think. So are you a fan of the NATO straps? Are you not a fan? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Let me know. I'll try to respond to as many as possible, and thank you so much for watching.